Everybody, out on the Kawasaki KX250X. This is a bike that you can win from me. If you go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com, all the details are over there. Yeah, no purchase is necessary, but it's a promotion we're doing. You can win this bike, and you can win my 125. You can win my KTM 1290 Super Adventure. So head over there and get entered. I purposely was trying to keep the hours down on this bike through the desert season so that I could get it up here into the mountains and do a little mountain single track with this humdinger.
Hey, real quick, just make sure to watch to the end because that's when I get into a little bit rockier terrain and we can kind of see how these KYB forks do on the Kawasaki. Pretty impressive, actually.
And these are the first few minutes. And I mean, my initial reactions are that I think they've valved this fork a little softer than the Yamaha. I'm not sure because I haven't gotten into any of the like really choppy stuff, but I remember that last year the Yamaha YZ250FX, I brought it up into the single track mountain stuff, and I was a little surprised with how much deflection I was getting on that bike. This one, I mean, at least so far, it's deflecting maybe a little less. Deflected off that one, but I hit a root too far on the side. I mean, I prefer the gearbox of the YZ250FX over this because it's a 6-speed. I prefer the engine mapping on the Yamaha because you can tune it with your phone on the Power Tuner app. This one you're using these little plug-in modules that I think are just kind of corny. Especially in, you know, here in 2021, I think that's kind of hokey a little bit. Let's go this other way. Haven't been up here in a long time. Haven't been up here for a year anyway, but haven't done this trail for even longer. But man, this thing is smooth. I actually think that this might be a little better. Well, the gearing probably suits a little better for this mountain single track stuff where the speeds are a little bit lower. Then it doesn't matter that you don't have a 6-speed, you know? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love the thin, slim nature of this chassis. That is one thing I like better, certainly, about this bike than the Yamaha. A little bit is just the narrow feeling on the chassis. The Yamaha doesn't feel like super wide, but it is definitely wider. I lost my front wheel there. Had to post the foot down. Not the bike's fault, just I hit something wrong. You know, some guys are quick to blame the machine on something like that. That's not how my brain works. I'm like, oh, I hit that edge. My fault. traction on those. Yeah. All right. Continuing on the Kawasaki KX250X. First time up in the mountain single track. This is like low mountain single track because it's what is it? We're 2/3 of the way through May here, I guess. I don't know when this video will come out. Probably not till June. But man, it's dry up here already. It's no bueno. A little bit congested today, like not runny nose, but just need to clear my nose out. It's hard for me to breathe through my nose today. Most of the time I've got my mouth open anyway. When I'm out riding, it's too much for just nose breathing. You nose breather? Pretty section here, going along the creek. This is kind of like a mountain desert hybrid trail. I mean, if I'm dead serious. Pretty smooth too, very smooth. So this bike is just soaking every little thing up. I'm interested to get into some of the choppier stuff today. See how that front fork reacts. I think so far it's reacting phenomenal. It's KYB fork on the 250 version. They went with the, I think it's Showa fork on the 450 version of this bike. I don't know why they split them. Seems kind of like an odd choice to me, but I don't know. Sometimes the Japanese manufacturers do that stuff. When I have some time to kind of relax, like in these more open places, I start to think about, okay, what's my body position doing? Do I have my toes pointed in? What are my hands doing? What are my elbows doing? It's harder to keep your elbows up when you're standing. I mean, that's more of a, you know, when I crouch down into the attack position, I really start to think about those things. Getting the elbows up. Crouching down my butt, you know. Stretching those hammies in the attack position. Rockier right there. Oh yeah, this is nice. Now I do have my compression clickers, I believe, all the way out on this bike. Like I've opened it up as fast as it'll go. See if I can sneak through this spot without ripping my feet off pegs and wiping my hands out. Yeah, this thing has some really good fork action, even in the choppier stuff like this, rockier stuff. Not as plush as maybe I'd like for as rocky and slow as this is, but I've been on worse.